Welcome back to the channel. This time we've got a build in progress report, and I'm pleased to say the Sherman Firefly by Dragon in 1/35 scale is just about done. As you can see here, I've got it on a base now. It's being nicely weathered, probably just a little bit of weathering to go, and then I'll seal it all up with a satin coat. Anyway, I've also got the full details on the ISM Modeler forum. You can check that out at internationalscalemodeler.com. I'll have the build form there. I'll put a link up in the show notes. Just a brief description on what I did here with this. As you can see, I've got it on a base. It's nicely weathered. I ended up buying some tracks, some vinyl tracks from AFV Club to save me the hassle and the insanity of putting the Bloody Dragon tracks together. A lot of people have written about and said they're not good at all. It's not a place to start, so hopefully my next armor experience will be a lot better. Really pleased with how well it came out. The weathering was a lot of fun. So basically with the weathering, I started, if we start with the base, I actually made the base out of celu, clay, and water. Let that set up. Added some little stone and grit and stuff like that for some texture basically. And then proceeded to, as some people had tried, instead of using primer or a model paint to do the actual base, I actually ended up using some cheap craft paint. Get this out of the way here, just, you know, stuff like that. And I thinned it with about almost, not 2 to 1, but 1.5 Windex to one part paint. Stirred it well with the handy dandy stirrer, which we all know and love, and sprayed it on with my Anthem 150 airbrush. Worked out very well. Did the same thing with a little bit of green, and then I did a little bit more green using the Vallejo earth green primer, which worked out very well. So I'm very pleased on how that worked. You can get an idea there. Kind of filled some sections in. Still want to do a little bit of dry brushing, some stuff there. For the mud effects, actually, I used the Vallejo Splash Mud. This is actually really nice. I was very impressed on how well this worked out. So I used that for the mud effects. I also used it on the tank as well. So if we go in here, you'll see I've got some weathering in there. And I used the Vallejo Splash Mud as well as the UMP Ultimate Modeling Washes, weathering washes. I used the earth and the dark earth. They worked out very well for getting in some of the recesses of the tank. I also used Doc O'Brien's weathering powders. These are primarily originally sold for rare rollers, but they have a very good, I'm just going to get the tank out of the way here. There we go. Doc O'Brien's weathering powders. I have a set of 12. They come in these little containers, and you basically just add them on dry. Did that. I also added some of them using the Vallejo acrylic binder, acrylic medium pigment binder. There we go. Added that a little bit as well, and that really kind of made almost a paste in some cases, which really came out well. It allowed me to put some of the details in there. So yeah, all in all, for my first foray into an armor kit, other than the tracks, I was pretty impressed. I did enjoy the weathering part. I see why people like that. Got a few more little details to do, as I said, and then it'll be done. And then I can start to think about what's the next armor kit I'm going to build. Although I've still got an F1 car to build, so I'm still working on the Ferrari F1. There's the shell in progress. I've painted it, so that'll work well. So that'll be the next kit I'll be building. So there we go for the update, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, and be well.